invite if you don't mind here. I'm trying to find you guys on YouTube. Like I said, when I do this, I always try to stay in tune with the fans out there, which is always nice to have.
Let's see here, just a second.
And while we're waiting for everybody, man, I hope everybody that's racing and you guys too, broadcasters, everything going on in the world right now, I hope everybody's being extremely safe, taking the precautionary measures that they need to do, and keeping this world so we can get it back on track. So please, everybody out there, be mindful and be safe and take care of yourselves. We are going back to racing here in real life, which I can't wait for.
Yeah, I think everybody can't wait.
Yeah.
We got the okay to join, so let's join in.
Yep, hopping in now.
Perfect. Thank you, Pottles.
Cool. The lady in black, huh?
Just Ken, the Rodfather, Pottles. No Shift Pendle, Hobby, Sparklelicious. So a lot of familiar names for me over here, too. Matt BW. Awesome.
I think I'm going to go with my pick for Hubby tonight. I think he's been having some pretty good luck. I don't think he's gotten a win this season, not this series or anything, but I don't know. I think it's about time for him to get a win, so we'll see what happens.
I'm going to go with Rowdy for my pick tonight. Darlington always has been one of his better tracks, and I would pick Pendle, but it seems like every time I do, I seem to jinx him, so we'll spare him of that curse tonight, and right away he's going to get to an early lead, sliding up in front of the 5 car, and already, lap 1, turn 1, the 00 is going to careen into the inside wall. That's a hard hit.
Things happening in the back.
More cars piling in behind him. That's the 21 dial, and that's a game caution. The 90 car is backwards stopped on the backstretch. That did not take long.
Very early caution here, wow.
Looks like the Rodfather was another driver caught up in that crossfire.
Especially with the caution that just happened, though, do you go in? Do you make an adjustment now on your pit? Do you get tires even though you just did one lap, or do you stay off your track positions? Because sometimes that extra lap might come in to be a factor for you too. But I think a lot of these guys might want to stay for track position, but there's that option out there.
If I was in those shoes, I think I would probably stay out. I think I'd run the track a little bit more and see what I'm working with, and maybe if there's another caution, run it. But I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. For me, if I'm beneath 5th place, I'll probably pit. Because this track, if you ain't first, you're last. I mean, when you're in the pack, you're in the pack. So, if I was up front, though, I'd probably stay out. 18 of Rowdy apparently was one of the ones who opted to stay out. He's going to jump to the lead. Pendle hot on his tail, getting down on that apron.
You know, I did manage to find you guys out there. 2 Williams, you said that 42, the one and only. I'm going to have to, it's no longer MPP, man, but that's boy, NSB is in second, right there on bumper. That guy going down the driveway right there. Good draft. The draft is in effect here. Well, I'll be able to utilize that, but back the corners up just a little bit because it will make you tight going into the corners.
Oh, yeah.
That arrow push is brutal here. You are right on the money with that.
Yeah.
You almost have to anticipate it. And it looks like the 42 drive making it to the inside makes better of it here.
Yeah, Pendle's a smart guy, I think. He definitely could have tried to make that move, but it's early on. There's no point in potentially causing a pile-up when you're on lap 4.
Gets loose. Sorry to interrupt you. Double zero gets way loose. That GI kid right there, and he pulls down to the inside, respectfully lets everybody go, but he's going to lose a lot of time and a lot of track position.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
there's still plenty of time, I think.
Kissing that white line here, you don't want to do the Texas two-step at Darlington, South Carolina. You hit that thing and it will spin you around. You got to be cautious about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me and Dirk were talking about it. I feel like this track, whenever you go, you see them racing and stuff. It's got such a historical, so to speak, OG tracks in NASCAR. It's got that old feel,
Built in '52, originally a dirt track. I only know that again because when we went there to tour of the museum and everything.
I didn't know they had a museum. That's pretty cool.
That's a Crusader down in the apron there. The Accelerator. I know better than to pick him because I don't want to jinx him, but See
Yeah,
the game run that night.
he's coming off a truck win just the other night there.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys, it sounds like you guys have what I call the commentary curse. Sometimes if you do this, I'll put it on somebody, and then within seconds something happens to it. The commentator curse is real.
Oh, it's very real. We've seen it firsthand.
I'm afraid to pick people at this point, you know? I mean, we'll see.
I'm bored with Sparkalicious back here in that 90 car. He's got a little ground to get made up to. People being patient, trying to maintain that line. Back and forth, up to some movement there. PTM Crusader right there in his 13 made that really good. Got up next to that wall, exactly what you wanted to do, and he didn't touch it with a good drive off of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's usually Ken with the track fun facts, but I got one for you guys. Fun fact, the banking on this track was originally meant to be a runoff. The oval was meant to be where the apron is now, and the banking was meant to stop people if they were to get loose and slide up. And then somebody figured out, hey, if I use this banking, it's way faster than staying down on the flat. And so they just all started racing on that runoff, and that's why it's so narrow, because it was never designed for racing. They just kept it that way once they did.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that. Now, the other night, for another league I was doing, Indianapolis. I'm from Ohio. Indianapolis is a very fun place for me. I've been in a lot of races there. I know a lot of fun facts about stuff like that, but no, it's interesting to know. The more you know, right? Those persons at the end of the day, the more you know.
Reading Rainbow, the more you know.
That's right. That's right. My showing my age.
At least your fun facts is a lot more knowledgeable than mine. I think I share the little bit dumber ones, but I got some pretty good ones lined up for tonight, so...
I can't wait.
On board with the
Pendle
22, he is starting to check out.
He is. Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, he is pulling away. 18 is not too far behind him, but just doesn't quite have the pace.
Looks like he did remember to shift on that restart.
Yeah. We had a minor incident, it looks like. 13 and the 35 were both down towards the inside wall, and now they have a little bit of front-end damage.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
I'm sort of by the car right now. That's Pottles. Got the 08 right in front of him. Car behind her right now. And it looks like that's the battle for third and fifth position. All single file, trying to, strategically place where you want to make that pass. Pottles goes up a bit, runs that line, gets you five down. Here comes that 08 car. He says, I'm going to take that lower line. But Pottles has one heck of a run. And that's it. That's what that top line here can do for you if you hit it perfect like that.
Oh, yeah, sitting here watching Pendle, you know, he's running right up on that wall. He's got, like, one of the smoothest lines. As I say that, he bumps the wall. But one of the smoothest lines I've seen here all night. You know, it's just, everything's good about it's good, so.
Yes, smoothest, fastest. Racing, a lot of us have done real life racing. I did a lot of motorcycle racing and stock car stuff after I got done with professional motorcycle racing. But smooth is fast. Always keep your eye where you're going, not where you're headed. You know, look out in front of you, not exactly what's in front of you. Race the racetrack, not the driver, and that's a big case here inside in Darlington.
Oh yeah. Slower is faster, or at least if it looks slow, it's faster.
Some people don't believe me. I mean, don't believe me when I say that. Yeah, you could go faster by hitting the brakes. It's possible.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, back in I used to race RC cars a lot, and one thing I always heard over and over again: slower is faster. And
I've
it's
seen
definitely true
some
sometimes.
Those RC cars, I don't even know how you keep up with them. They go so darn fast.
That's what I'm saying.
Pottles hits the apron just a little big. It was that 21 car behind the opportunity game right there. She doesn't move from the ground, but 08 pulled up. There's about a half a car there in the draft back. So, again, you've got to be very cautious, too.
100%. This track kind of turns everything you know about overtaking upside down as well, because most tracks, when you set up a pass, you want to try to get around them towards the entry of the turn. Whereas I've always found at this track, it's better to set up a pass to get a run out of the corner and get them as you're coming down the straightaway. Almost as if it were a plate track.
Oh, the little 21 car gets to the inside. Pottles goes, makes contact right there. Heavy damage, heavy right front damage to that 21 car. Again, unintentional. One car got loose and the other one didn't have anywhere to go. So, that's unfortunate, but we do have stages, opportunity to come in, get that car fixed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that heavy damage, that's definitely going to affect her a little bit as you see her dropping back there a little bit.
Interestingly enough, I'm looking at her live stream, and it actually doesn't look like the damage is quite as bad as it looks from our end.
I've noticed that too from when you're doing broadcasts. Again, guys, thanks for having me up here. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I apologize for that. do these enough to get to work with people, you know. So I apologize for that. But I've noticed that where you look at somebody's live feed and their car is clean and green, and then on the screen, you know, on the broadcast mode, it is just wrecked, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I apologize, like I said, for interrupting you guys.
Hey, you don't gotta worry about it, man. We cut each other off all the time. It happens.
Yep.
The way I see it, as long as somebody's saying something, we're doing a good job.
Hey.
That's what I said. Dead time is bad time.
Exactly.
You know, coming into this broadcasting for the first time, like ever doing this, you know, it's fun. I don't know, I enjoy it a lot.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time.
I always make joke with the PTMs and everything when she said something like, "Oh, again, I've never done it before. I do again. I'm not going to promote any other organizations, but there's another one that I do almost on a nightly basis, over 250 of them, and it's just so fun. It's addicting to do, and especially when you get good racing, you can get so hardcore into it, and once you know the names and the drivers, you get to know them better. It makes it more personal too, and it's a lot of fun to be up there to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm waiting until Tuesday. I'm like, man, I'm excited to broadcast, you know? I mean, almost as much as like waiting for Sunday when I race, but it's like, man, I can't wait to do it, you know?
Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, man, do I gotta be in the booth tonight? Because especially having the new toy, I call it my modded controller, aka the wheel. PTMs gets way loose, comes down to the backstretch right there. 38 cars want to go up to the outside right there, so that was a good save by her behalf too. So it looks like her car is starting to lose.
Yeah, she's loosening up pretty bad.
Could be a little bit of aero damage changing the handling of that car.
Yeah, you know, once you get hit in one of these cars, you know, your car, like, I don't know, it just never feels just right. It could show no damage, but you can definitely feel it. You know, it's weird.
Customs or a preset, anytime you make an adjustment or something like that, just a little bump to the wall, and like you said, you can definitely feel it 100%, and it will slow you down, and that changes how you drive the car. If you have to, as she gets back on the bumper, the 38 car right now on the 5, but yeah, if you have to slow down and back corners up, that's what you do.
Hubby got into it there. He's down on the apron.
The stage is over. Pendle has won the stage. I believe that's going to be Rowdy in P2. I'm going to have some more accurate statistics for you here in a second, as soon as PTMs crosses the line, and we can see the final order of that stage. But PTMs is going to bring it home 7th in stage 1. And it's going to be, if it scrolls up, let's see.
She was in one of the broadcasts I did earlier this season for somebody else. She was in one of the closest victories I've ever seen at Dover. They were 3 wide at the line, and you want to talk about a photo finish. So
I'll tell you what, man, PTMs, she wheels it. She's a really good racer. You know, watching her, it's fun to watch.
Oh, definitely. So it's going to be No Shift Pendle, Rowdy, Just Ken, Dial, Dylan, Thunder, PTMs, Sparkalicious, JD Adkins, and Crusader rounding out your top 10 for that stage. And it looks like, according to the feed, everybody has opted to pit. Rowdy's going to actually get a faster stop than anybody else. He's going to move to the inside of row 1, which is, I think, better than being on the outside, but that's down to personal preference.
Yeah.
Something I like to say, especially after cautions or restarts, I like to say rack 'em and stack 'em. Here we go at Darlington for stage 2, 19 green flag laps. Let's see if they can do it for these guys. Pit over to the outside, 18 to the inside. Here comes that O-car, the 08 with the 21 right there. We just saw the battle, and out the 5 of the PTMs back there, 38 car. He's right there with him.
Crusader had trouble very early on. He had it 3 wide and ended up down on the apron. I'm not sure that he hit the wall. I think he kept it off the wall, but he definitely lost a lot of track position there.
Yes, Lady in Black, she's definitely a difficult one to tame, for sure.
Rowdy now trying to defend his position just like he tried to in stage 1. Looking to have a little bit more success this time. He didn't hold the 42 off very long before, so interesting to see how it goes this time.
21 car gets a little loose, brings the 38 up there with him as they're sitting back there. No shift pin on that 42 car sitting in second. The 08 car sitting in third. The 18 still pulling down the straightaway. So that's going to cost those guys back there third, fourth, and fifth just a little bit.
Definitely. I think Rowdy found a little bit of speed. I don't know if it was a pit adjustment, because remember, he was one of the few that opted not to pit in stage 1 during that caution. Now he's pit, he's got those adjustments, and it seems like he's doing a little bit better job holding off the 42. Of course, the 42 has the 08 of Just Ken breathing down his neck as well, so He's going to make
to the inside of the 18. Sorry, that's for battle for the lead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's making a move to the inside, and it's 2 wide, 2 rows deep. Here comes the 21. Just Ken and Rowdy both making contact into the wall. That 2 wide did not last very long, as it rarely does here.
Comes Thunder down here to make a move.
We talked about passing earlier too. You know, there's a difference in wrecking somebody, and then we've all heard it, especially a lot lately, the old bump and run. Sometimes that has to be done here at Darlington. Say, you know, it's not a intentional dump into the wall, but it's a little bit of a, hey, here I go.
But you know you're there, you know.
Yeah, with the track so single file, sometimes you got no choice but to give him the chrome horn, especially when it starts ticking down those laps towards the white flag there.
Oh yeah.
We appreciate everybody out there in YouTube land out here watching the pedal racing Xfinity race at Darlington tonight. There's a little people out there, so I can imagine the viewers that see afterwards and views afterwards do. We've got Hoppy and Andrew out there, so this is pretty clean racing so far, and I agree with that statement.
Yeah, for Darlington, you can't ask for much more than what we've had. We had that one incident early on, but I think ever since then everybody's sort of calmed down and they're filing it down and just running their race, you know.
Once you get into a group, once the cars go single file, it makes life a lot easier here.
Oh, definitely.
That 42 car, no shift pendulum, he's still leading. That 18 Rowdy right there with him. He's falling off just a little bit. Pendle's got himself to lead. That 08 car sitting in third. He's falling off just a tad too, but those guys seem to be running single file. When you're in clean air like this, you don't have to draft, but you can't run the optimum line that you prefer here. That's the speed advantage other than the draft.
Absolutely correct. I can't believe the absolute consistency of Pendle here. I mean, usually over these long runs, you'll see a lot of guys kind of get closer and closer to that apron because they don't want to risk hitting that outside wall. But every lap, we're seeing Pendle run mid to high, and not once so far has he scraped that wall. I mean, this is consistency to another level.
No, but if he wins this race and he doesn't have that Darlington stripe, I'm going to make him go out and get one on the on his victory lap. He can't leave here that clean. Dating back here to his pack a little bit, there's I'm on board with the PTMs right now, and Jay Atkins doing that 00. Rowdy again, there's the 18th, there's just Ken in that 08, so that's just Ken. I know him pretty well too, so I can quit calling him the 08 and start calling him just Ken again. Guys, but that was Thunder comes in the 38. Yeah, he's had a good run. He had a good strong showing in stage 1. 99 car gets checked out by the 9 right in front of him as I'm on board with the 38 of Thunder. They both get into each other. That's what it costs him. Car gets spun around.
Yeah, that seemed to be a one, well, it was a 3-car incident, but only one got the short end of the sticks. They may well stay green. I'm not sure that's going to justify a caution in the eyes of the admins there. Unfortunate for I believe it was the 99 who got the worst of it.
Do you guys do manual cautions?
So not in the first 2 stages. In the 3rd stage, we do manual cautions up until 5 to go. After 5 to go, it's game caution.
Perfect. Thank you again. Yeah, thank you to be up to date. So I'm going to be up here. Like I know a lot of the guys that race over here, and they speak so highly, and we know how much ThePottles and everybody and all you guys do too to keep up. I don't know racing and going. So thanks for having me over here.
Yeah, glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. This battle going on between the 9 just resulted in him... Oh, yeah, he's backwards. Dylan is backwards on the backstretch. He was having a battle with the 35 car, I believe it was. And he just got a little loose, getting a little aggressive there. And now he's losing several positions. He's going to dive it down to the apron, make sure to stay out of everybody's way. And another car around. That is the... Is that the 98? Yeah, that is the 98 that is spun around coming out of turn 4. Doesn't seem to have much damage. I think he just caught that apron coming out of the turn, looped it around, and waited for the track to clear, which is what you want to do. You want to lock your brakes up here. Don't roll back up into traffic.
Yeah, that's respect to do that too. There's a lot of people who do try to pull up in traffic and get a caution, so the metal people have a lot of respect and camaraderie for each other. 19 laps in this stage is what you guys told me a little bit earlier. Still clean and green here. Everybody can make it on a fuel run, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we shouldn't be seeing any green flag stops this race. Oh, the 89 flipped the apron coming out of the turn and actually caught a little bit of air on one of those bumps down on the apron.
It's going airborne. Oh, man.
I don't know how many times it's happened to me, but every time I go airborne in this game, I have to say it. I'm like, help me, Tom Cruise. Help me, Tom Cruise.
Yep.
I'm in the air.
Not good.
This is not good.
Help me, Lucius.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, every time I say that, the wife just looks over at me. She just starts laughing. She automatically knows that after I say that, there's not kind words to come after that, but I'm just like, here we go.
Yeah.
Still on board right there with the Pottles. So I'm jumping back here on board with the double O of Jay Adkins. He's got himself a nice little race. That's just Ken right there in front of him. They all are trying to chase down Rowdy in that 42 of Mr. No Shift Pendle. So he doesn't make up. He can't make. He's got to make up his mind. Is he going to no pit? Is he not going to pit? Is he not going to shift? Which one is
What's he
it?
not going to do this time?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, what he's not going to do is what everybody else is doing. Which is not run
Sometimes that's
first.
the way to win.
That's the point, to not be like you.
They always say, whatever the field does, do the opposite. Usually that applies to pitting, but I mean, I guess he's found
I
out
was gonna
something.
say, yeah.
I don't know.
There can be two different sides to that sometimes. But
There's a Darlington right for that that 00 card. Atkins is trying to keep up with just getting that 8.
oh yeah.
That's one of those things where you want to lift. We know you got to, breathe it through the corner. But if you actually touch that wall, it's called wall banging. A lot of people do it. Just stay in it, stay in it, stay in it, stay in that loud pedal, and just keep that car straight. So you don't want to do every lap, but as it happens, just keep the hammer down and go.
Boy, the 00 making contact with the wall again. You'd think he'd want to buy at dinner first. That's a joke I've used at least once per broadcast, by the way. Not very original. Anyway, he is gaining, though. He's slapping the wall, but he is gaining on that 08 car up there.
Yeah, I'm on board with him. He's definitely gaining. Just keep it up. We'll see.
Trying to flip through the field here. Look at all these cars. Again, trying to get activated with names and numbers. Everybody here is fast. Really clean right now. Had that one caution. And for Darlington, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, we talked about it in pre-race. There's certain tracks you dread, there's certain tracks that you get excited for, and the tracks you dread you do good at, the tracks you're excited for you end up disappointed at. But anytime you can be online and race with a good, clean lobby like this and have fun with your friends, and it's almost a family, it's a community. That's what it's all about at the ultimate end of the day. As I'm on board with 25, getting loose, coming up turn 2, going down that backstretch.
Meanwhile, it looks like the stage is over, and again, it's going to be No Shift Pendle getting his second stage win of the night, with the 18 of Rowdy coming in second, the 08 coming in third, and I do believe it's the 00 coming in fourth.
I think going into stage 3 here now is a good time for my fun facts. What do you think? What do you guys think?
Oh boy.
Have at it.
Well, here's a fun fact for you. So South Carolina is the only large-scale commercial tea plantation on it. That's definitely different.
Yeah, actually, I knew that. It's because when we lived in Darlington area, I knew that. Somebody told me that.
Interesting.
And for the outrageous one, did you know that it is illegal to play pinball under the age of 18? That is a true thing. I don't know why, but it is.
In Darlington.
That's like one of those facts. It's you can kiss a goat on a Wednesday night at midnight on the courts on the steps of the courthouse for 1 minute. It's one of those. As we see Rowdy and 42 of No Shit Pinball going to bring it down with just getting behind him. But well, I'm glad I'm over the age of 18 if I play pinball in South Carolina.
Yeah, you might be in trouble. Man, some good pack racing going on up here.
Pendle to the inside of Rowdy. Here comes that 00 car. The 8 of Just Ken right there with him, too. Pendle goes down below that white line. He's trying to motivate. Car gets a little loose. He keeps it off. No harm, no foul for him. He's going to lose some position, but he's not going to take out the field. Very respectful, very good driving on his behalf right there. Pendle's still to the inside. He thinks better of it going into turn 1, going down the front stretch here. Does not want to make that pass.
That was one whole lap the 42 and the 18 spent side by side. Not very often you see that kind of thing going on at this track, so that was very impressive driving by both those guys.
Yeah,
See
what
the
are
double
biggest
O,
odds on
man.
that?
He, I can't believe he stayed in that. He kept that straight. That was crazy. I thought for sure he was going around.
When in doubt, gas it. That's always been a philosophy of my mind. Skin's back there in third, still in that 08, 42, pushing that 18. Not very familiar territory for no shift Pendle to see somebody in front of him, but he's going to make a work of the 18 here. Going to go on the east side. How hard are you going to use your car up, especially in this final stage? You don't want to burn those tires up. Try to get back to the lead. Do you stay back? Do you save a little bit, or do you go now and then run your own line?
Yeah, it's almost like you got to get out front here as soon as you can, because, you know, if you hang back and the leader, he'll just take off with it. It seems like if you got Rowdy or Pendle up front, it's almost like you're not going to be able to catch up. So I don't know. I'd just try and get up there as quick as I could before anything. I'd make a move.
And here comes the 42 down on the apron. The 18 is going to get into the wall, and he's into the wall again. Keeps it off the 08. That was a good recovery.
Just going to say that was good job by the 08 to see what's going to happen. A little situational awareness right there. Saw what was going to happen. Came down to avoid that. Moves himself up to second. 18 go for third. Just Kinson in second. No shift penalty.
Whoa! Big wreck.
ThePottles goes around.
Yeah, right in front of the whole field. She's going to collect the 9 and the 23.
Things are happening.
38.
Oh!
There's the
Joey got a little
51
piece
rolls.
of it. That'll bring out a caution.
Man, just a bad place to wreck. Unfortunately, she made the muscle memory call to sort of try to counter-steer that car back up to the right, and that just put her right in front of the traffic. So that was just a bad move. The caution has flown. The game called the caution. Right now, it's looking like not too many takers down pit road, save for those who were involved in the wreck, but that's kind of how it goes. Usually, a lot of people don't show their cards right away. They wait till last second to hit confirm pit, you know?
I'm one of those guys, too. I am. I'm not going to lie.
And it looks like all but... Wow. Everybody except for Rowdy. It would appear... Nope, Rowdy did pit. Okay, last second he chose to pit. We're gonna pull those belts tight one more time. Here we go. The 89 opted to stay out. That is how he got into the inside of row 1. He's going to be on old tires. That's going to be...
detrimental.
Yeah, we'll call that a hazard.
But he's still making a move to the inside. 42.
He has put Pendle. He has put Pendle into the wall. They're 3 wide. And they're still making contact with the wall. They're not done wrecking yet.
He again slides up into the corner on those old tires. He bounces off the wall, just getting that 808 car right there. He's trying to set that second. 42 of no pit or no shift Pendle. He's trying to make a move too. He just got bumped on there. There it is. I think it's official. Everybody just got themselves that Darlington strike.
Yep. Oh yeah. That's such a cool looking car, the 89 too. It's just got that like old school feel to it.
Oh yeah. I've always loved that Morgan Shepherd machine. That thing is great.
Like
I'll tell you though.
It's like the old Smoky, the Smoky unit car, man. That golden black is so beautiful.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Here comes a 08 to the lead. I tell you, I wouldn't want to be driving that 89 when Pendle comes by to pass me, because I think Pendle might have something to say about the way he was raced.
He makes
and
right around him.
There goes the 89, contact into the wall, and he's going to get passed by a couple drivers, including the double row J.D. Atkins.
Just kidding, I'm going to lead him down the field here. Here's the 42 pit on that 21 car right behind them, so they have either way around. Those old tires are not seen to fail for that 89 car. He bounces off the wall, goes down way low. He's trying to keep it around, keep it off, but he pulls back up, and everybody gets around him right there. So I probably would have pitted if I saw everybody else pit, just so I could be able to hold on to it. Then just Ken now has a lot of he's got a rear view mirror full of that 42. If no shit Pendle car harder than the wall, got stuff of it.
A little swirly there in the back.
The 9 car has absolutely dumped the 21, put him hard into the wall. That's very unfortunate for the 21. The 21 was actually making a bit of a comeback. We haven't talked about him a lot in this broadcast, but he was up to 3rd, and he was looking to pass the 42 for 2nd place. And then he got a little bit squirrely and made a little bit of contact with the 9 car, and they just kept door banging all the way down the straightaway until eventually it just came to a head when the 9 just doored him right to the wall, and he lost a good 4 or 5 positions there.
There was a quick battle for the lead, but no shift Pendle, he made quick work of it back to the lead. 08 of Joskin right there in second place. I can't see who the other guy is. Trying to see who that is. Sorry again, I'm still new up here with me, but the top 4 under a blanket. But our new leader after that last lap right there is no shift Pendle, and he's starting to walk away from that 08 of Joskin.
And here comes JD Atkins on the bottom, trying to get around Joskin.
Oh,
a little bit of rubbing.
There. Some good racing going on here.
A little bit more contact.
Lots of click down here. Lots of click down fast, too.
It's that Darlington stripe.
I love the throwback paint schemes that they do here, too. Every year I'm so excited to see which one's coming back. Kyle Larson's 42. I love that mellow yellow. And then obviously, who doesn't love the Cold Trickle 24 City Chevrolet car in that 24? That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite throwback had to be Ryan Blaney's Michael Waltrip Pennzoil car. I love that. As a Michael Waltrip fan, that was awesome to see. Looks like the 08 slows up quite a bit, gets into the 9. Now they're going to be door banging side by side across the stripe. The 9's going to get around them on the high side.
Yeah,
and
ooh, hard contact with that 38 car too.
Yeah, the 51 of King Joey got him real good in the quarter panel there, pushed him up into the wall. King Joey's going to do the crossover though, get down on the bottom, and he's going to door him again up into the wall. These guys are really fighting.
Yeah. Right on board with Thunder here.
Something you don't want to hear, especially from one of your competitors, is what you just said. Got him.
Yeah.
Let's dial 1-800 in that 21 car. He did look strong. He was up there in the top 5, and he had a little bit of a mishap too. He's falling back off that pace just a little bit with those passes being made, but the flaps are clicking down. What do we? I can't remember. What do we run? Low, high 20s, low 30 lap time. So it's not going to be a long time for these guys to get up there.
Absolutely, and we are at 10 to go in this race. Looks like everybody's pretty spread out. I just seen Crusader get into the wall a little bit there, but he doesn't seem to have any damage from it. He's all right.
Do you guys do
a little damage up front? Yeah, we do post race.
I appreciate you guys having me up here and everybody out there on YouTube, and I do apologize for cutting these guys off. I get so excited sometimes. I appreciate the invite from PTMs. It was spur of the moment though, because she's like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? What help?" I said, "Win." She said, "Win." 2 minutes. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Win now.
Thanks for letting me press my suit and put my shirt and tie on for the booth.
Yeah. Gotta get your hair done, man.
I mean, I got a long head of hair, man. It takes a long time to get it right.
Fortunately, I have a mullet, so it doesn't take me too long.
Hey, you said it. That's what I got, man. I'm sporting a mullet right now.
Oh, really? We got 2 mullets in the booth. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. There you go, man. I'm going back to my days as a kid.
Here comes the 9 car on the outside of Rowdy. That's going to push him outside of the top 3. Rowdy seems to be losing quite a bit of pace. I don't know if he used his stuff up, but you know who's not losing pace? The 00 of JD Atkins. He seems to be the only car on track right now that is actually faster than the 42 of No Shift Penalty. He's been slowly reeling him in for the last 5 or so laps. Problem is, the gap right now is going to be about 2 seconds, 2 seconds to a second and a half, and they've only got about 8 laps remaining. So is it going to be enough time? I think he's going to need a caution, but we'll see.
Now, did No Shift Pendle right there at the same time, knowing that he had the lead that he did, knowing how tricky this track is, like you said, the lady in black, did he back off just a little bit to confirm and make sure he didn't make any mistakes that could cost him the race? So if he sees the rear view mirror of that car, it wouldn't surprise me to see him put that hand down and get a little bit faster right there too, but maybe he backed off just a little bit, save his car, and make sure he doesn't make any mistakes.
You could be right about that, because now that I'm looking at the onboard of the 00, it does seem like the 42 is now pulling away, whereas the 00 was catching him. Now the 42 seems to have picked up the pace a little bit, so he might have just been riding, and he's seen that gap closing up. He said, all right, time to get on the pedal.
Be true.
Under 10 to go here at Darlington, the world famous track again. Throwback weekend. Can't wait to see him come here and race again. I missed a lot of racing. My Netflix has been very busy the last couple months for
Oh,
PlayStation
yeah.
4, but these guys out here, it's so hard to find good lobbies, and then all of a sudden, in the last couple months, you know, every lobby out there. I mean, at one time, I found 12 pages of fields, like 12 lobbies open, because there were so many people that didn't have anything to do, apparently, or they were bored, and you don't see that
video
very often.
games, they became so popular now since all this stuff's going on. You know, I'm so glad that I got a whole PlayStation 4 set up before all this went on. I don't know what I'd have been doing, man. My yard can only get cut so many times.
Yeah, right.
Well, you gotta measure the blades of grass after you cut them.
Yeah, walk around with scissors.
Yeah, make sure they're all the same millimeter length. Closest battle on track for a while there was the 13 and the 90 car. So that's Crusader and Sparkalicious. They've been kind of going back and forth. It's been fun to watch, but fortunately it's not a battle for the lead. Crusader's done a heck of a job though, man. He's
Gets
battling with
loose.
his 90 car.
He's battling a loose vehicle right now.
Well, they are on the end of the tire run. I'm sure their tires are starting to really go away.
Yeah, they're backing off on that throttle big time at this point in the race.
So if Pendle did save any, that means his tires could be just a little bit fresher. That would give him the advantage where he could use, drive it in harder and use the car more if he had that chance to save too.
Very true.
Looks like Pendle has extended that gap to nearly 3.5 seconds over the last few laps, and they're coming to the stripe for lap 73 of 74.
Very good racing that you guys have over here. I'm glad I got to see firsthand. Pedal Melvin does a great job. You guys have a lot of subscribers, a lot of drivers, a lot of different leagues, divisions over here, and it's an honor to be in your booth and to witness this firsthand.
Yeah, it's a fun league for sure. Hospitality with everybody and everything is just great. You know, I came into this league just starting out with this game, and everybody helping and everything. It made it so much fun. I'm grateful I found this league for sure. Well, with the recommendation of my brother, but.
The one thing I keep asking the 704 games to do is for us broadcasters to everybody helping out as we're coming down to the tail end of this race is to do live scoring and live lap times. That'll help us out too, especially when cars get spread out.
Speaking of scoring, we have scored the winner, and it's no shift Pendle. It is checkered flag after an absolutely dominant race. I mean, one stage 1, one stage 2, and went ahead and grabbed stage 3 just to add it to the pile. So, congrats to him there. What a showing. Looks like the 35 is not going to make it to the stripe. He's actually going to crash in turn 4. Nope, he got it gathered up. He's coming to the stripe.
You can't go that many laps and not be able to. You got to bring it across that. You got to bring it from the checker flag.
You got to finish it out. So now we're just waiting for the top 3 to join us. But the top 10 for that race is Pendle, JD Adkins, Dylan, Rowdy, Dial, Pottles, Just Ken, Hubby, Sparkalicious, and Crusader. Rounding out your top 10.
Fantastic race to all of these guys. Congratulations to these ladies and gentlemen who finished in the top 10 tonight here at Pedal League at Darlington. Again, we talked about it all race, how tricky it is, and to maintain and hold on. Great racing all night.
Absolutely. That was way cleaner than I was expecting any Darlington race to go. So,
I think there's anybody didn't really see that one coming.
It just goes to show how good this league is, though, man. I mean, I've been in races, especially in the Cup Series, where you got all these guys running so close together with such fast cars, and they're keeping it off each other, just running the cleanest they can run, and it's always impressive.
Wait for the top 3 to get to the booth here.
Looks like let's see if we can find the fast lap here. Looks like the fast lap is going to go to Dial with a 29.5. Wow.
Not bad.
That is fast.
Here is the gap between the first fastest lap and the second fastest lap. First fastest lap was a 29.545. Second lap was a 29.545. They tied.
Wow.
That's incredible. I think I've only seen that one time before, and it was actually a Talladega race where the first and second place cars, and it was just a fun public lobby. They tied all the way down to the 1000s.
Yeah, I've never seen it. That's the first time. That's a first for
I
me.
screenshotted it too. I didn't know who they were, but I screenshotted it because you don't get to see that very often. But no, congratulations. Then those are some fast laps here at Darlington.
The real kicker is Pendle ran